Facebook. If you're watching this on replay, put hashtag replay. We're going to dive into some interesting topics today. Excited to launch into this. What's going on, everybody? Hey, have you ever found yourself scrolling on social media, wondering what other people are doing to make money online? You're stuck in your job, you hate your 9 to 5, you're scared, you don't want to leave the home, leave your kids at home anymore, and you're wondering, you're praying for an opportunity to be able to make more money, to be able to breathe again, but you're wondering, what should I do, especially in 2025? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down to you what I believe that if in 2025 you wanted to make an extra $10,000 a month online, I'm going to submit that this is the business to pick. And I wonder your thoughts as well too. I'd love any type of feedback or contention on this as well. If we don't know each other, my name is James Zhang. I've been in the online business space for the last 16 years, a network marketing professional for that much time. And it's allowed us a life of freedom where we're able to travel the world. We're able to be with our 9-month-old baby boy at home. And we've mentored hundreds of people to the top 1% in network marketing. But it wasn't always like that. And in fact, there was a time in my life that we were burned by network marketing. We saw the hopes, we saw the dreams, we had success, and we lost it all. And then I started to think the same question that I posed to you, which is, aren't there better ways to make money? Like, if you take a look today, throw in the comments too, what are some businesses that you've either done or you've considered doing? And I'll talk about online business and why online. Because I think today, if you're like me, you value freedom, you value choice, you value flexibility. Of course, you can start up a restaurant or any other type of brick and mortar store, but that's sacrificing your life. That's sacrificing your time. But if you care about flexibility and freedom, then you're probably thinking something online. So a couple things come to mind. What are the options? I'd submit to you there's a couple main ones. Number one, there's affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is when you are able to partner with a brand, with a company. You share their link and you see influencers do this. They'll say, hey, if you want to buy this blank, here's my promo code. You'll get 10% off. For example, you see this on YouTube. You'll see pretty much any single type of podcaster have affiliate links. There's one idea on how you can make money online. What are other ways that you can make money online? Maybe you've considered things like, I want to start up an Amazon business, or I want to start up an eBay business, right? E-commerce sounds really cool. You think to yourself, well, everyone's buying things on Amazon. I'm sure I can flip something, find something, and make money there. Should I do something like Amazon? That's something to consider. Other things that you might consider too is maybe you want to sell courses. You're writing a book or you're selling courses and you're building something and you're building a digital product and you're now having a product and you're selling it for X amount of money as well too. All right, you think to yourself, I have some creative genius. I want to put it all together. I know people will value from this. So you develop your own product and you sell it online. Let me throw one other thing out there. Let me know other opportunities online as well too. You might be thinking something like a TikTok shop, right? Which is essentially affiliate marketing, but on TikTok or other platforms, there's ways that these platforms are monetizing your influence to be able to sell stuff so you can make money, right? So there's many different ways. And let's just submit one more. Maybe you're considering something like day trading. This could be stocks. This could be crypto. This could be something where you're treating investment more like a business and you're actively investing, selling, stuff like that. Okay. So there's a lot of different options now, which is super exciting. But at the same time, what is the best option for you in 2025? Well, I'd submit to you, and it might not be a popular answer, but I got things to back it up. I'd submit to you the best business, if run right, to build online to scale to $10,000 a month is a network marketing business. Now, I know already some of us are thinking, oh, isn't that one of those pyramid things? Oh, is that like Amway? Oh, I've been there, done that. Or maybe your network marketing, like easy to say, but does it actually work? Well, I'm going to break down why conceptually this makes sense first, and then more importantly, how to actually make it work as well too. And I wonder if you would agree or disagree. Let me know in the comments below. And by the way, I'm testing out an idea, and I'll position this at the very end as well too. But I may or may not start a new podcast, and these will be the types of topics. Okay. So why is it that I would choose a network marketing business? And I'll just share with you the story, right? So in network marketing, we took 6 years, we built a multiple six-figure business, and we had the dream, quote unquote. We won the trophies, we were able to make enough money, buy our dream home, buy our dream cars. We tasted some freedom, and it was good until it wasn't. We lost everything. And at the bottom, we were really debating these questions that I'm pondering and I'm walking with you right now, because you got to find a way to make money. You got to find a way to provide for the life that you want. And after vetting everything out, we still realized that network marketing was the best. Nothing can beat it if it's done properly. And why is that? Okay. Why is that? Well, there's three things I'd submit to you that compared to any other type of online business, that a network marketing business will actually beat out. And this came from one of my good friends, business partners, Mr. Dana Harper. He's built organizations of 25,000 plus. He said $1 million a month sales months. Like, they've built something substantial. We were just in Calgary, Canada. We were launching our company over there. We're out in Banff looking at the beautiful mountains at Lake Louise. And all of a sudden, he started mentioning there's three things that we're looking for. Why network marketing is very powerful. I'll give you those three things up front and we'll break them down. Number one, choice. Number two, legacy. And number three is impact. Okay. Choice, legacy, and impact. These are three difference makers on why network marketing, especially in 2025, are way different from anything else. Okay. Let's talk about choice first. Choice, freedom, the ability to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want it. I believe that the heart of entrepreneurship, why most people want to look into a business, is they're looking for a way to free up their time, energy, and money. You're sick and tired of plugging into your 9 to 5. You're sick and tired of going through a commute. You're sick and tired of leaving your kids at home, dropping them out of school, missing moments with them. And you want to find a way to break free from this. You're sick and tired of being stuck with a paycheck, where I don't know if you ever felt this way before, but you already know how much money you're going to have left or not left after a paycheck is coming, because you've already got it out. You know you're capped. No matter if you're making multiple six figures a year at a good corporate job, we're still capped because a job is a job. They'll only pay you so much. So most of us look at business because we want freedom. So why is it that network marketing in the online business space is the best place to have freedom? Well, let's break down a couple of aspects to this. Number one, let's talk about financial freedom. Financial freedom means that you need to be able to earn more than what it is that you're spending. So while it might sound sexy that you're doing $1 million of sales revenue a month in a business, what if I were to follow that up with, well, it takes you $1 million a month to run the business. So the overhead versus the profit margin matters. It's not just about how much you sell, it's about how much you profit and how much you keep. So for sake of example, if you run an Amazon business, you can make a lot of money. And I'm not knocking any of these opportunities. I have many friends that are involved in many of them. In fact, I monetize many of them as well too. I have things on Amazon. I sell courses. Like, I've tried a lot of these different things. I'm just giving you my personal opinion on why network marketing is the best way to make an extra $10,000 a month in an online business. So let's talk about Amazon. Okay, you're making $1 million a month, but you have to stock inventory, right? You're constantly buying different things. You're constantly figuring out ways to advertise, perhaps. Let's say it costs you $1 million a month to run that business, and you make $1 million, then you're flat even. So it takes money to actually build these up. Courses. It might not cost as much to make it. You can just film some stuff, put it together. There'll be editing costs. You're going to have to build a website. You're going to have to probably host some emails, host some websites, stuff like that. These things still cost thousands of dollars and a lot of time. And to make something different, significantly different, will still cost and will take extra investment of time, energy, and money. In network marketing, done right, you have an opportunity, if you align yourself with a product or a service, For a very minimal amount, the company I'm in, it's like $30 for a membership to partner with a company. But what you get is you get to leverage the assets and the resources of a multi-million, multi-billion dollar organization. Or imagine all businesses are the same if you think about it, right? All businesses, at the end of the day, they have to sell something to someone. That's it. But there's a lot of aspects to that. Now, what's different about a network marketing business is the corporation does a lot of the heavy lifting. They market, they brand, they come up with the products, the licensing, they distribute, they do customer service, they do the R&D, the research and development, they do the payouts, they do IT, right? They do a lot of different things legal that we do not have to do in a business that all businesses need. It's just that they do that and we partner with them as a partner, a distributor, a brand partner, an associate, a promoter, whatever you want to call it, where we can leverage all of those resources and we get to do the thing that any business has to do regardless, which is market, sell, promote. Right? For sake of example, I have a course. I built this course. It's how to succeed in business God's way. I have a free version and then I sell a course as well too. Okay, that sounds great. I think it's great. It's transformational. It changed my life. It's how, honestly, I can look back a couple of years back compared to where we are now. Praise God. It is because I followed what he said in his word and I'm just being obedient. We made the course. It's great, but it doesn't sell itself, right? I had to make it, I had to house it. And then I still, after doing all that work, I still have to market and promote and sell it. It doesn't matter how good a product is. There's this saying that sounds nice, but it's not true. They say the product is so good, it sells itself. Have you heard that before? Oh, I've never seen a product walk off its shelf and wind up in someone's home. I've never seen a course just wind up in someone's library. You have to, as a business owner, you have to still market, promote, and sell, you know? So the work is still the same. So when we're taking a look at this first subcategory of why network marketing in 2025 is the best way to make an extra 10,000 a month online, it's because choice is really, really big. Freedom is big. You see, any of these other businesses where you have to do any extra work outside of marketing, promoting, and sales, that's time, energy, and money cost to you. But in network marketing, you don't have to do all that. In network marketing, assuming you find a good company, a good product, a good service, the company does all that hard work. In our company, this is what I say. Currently, it's like a $300 million a year company. I tell the corporate staff all the time, I'm like, it feels like I hired a $300 million company to work for me. How would you like that leverage as well, too? Right? So why make it any harder? If our end goal is the same in a business, which is get more customers that love the product, that are being impacted, they're being transformed, fantastic. Right? Like that's the end game of things. It doesn't matter if your product is the best thing in the world, if no one's buying it, then it doesn't matter. Okay. So choice, another aspect of choice, which is big. So it doesn't cost a lot, right? So you have a very low barrier of entry where really the risk for most companies is you eat your own investment. Many times in a network marketing company, people join because they want a discount on the product or the service. And if they're a partner, they can get that discount and they were going to consume it anyway. So even if you fail, you don't make money, you're literally just out some, I mean, you're buying it anyway. You would have bought it anyway. Really, what you're out, if anything, is some time cost, but hey, it's all investment. Remember, all work works. Myron Golden says this. He says that work either works on you or for you. So I think it's super important there. Why else is network marketing best when it comes to having choice and freedom in your life out of all the online businesses? Well, I think probably the biggest thing compared to um, you could do real estate, you could do affiliate marketing. Let's talk about affiliate marketing. People think, all right, I'm going to be a massive influencer. I'm going to go crack the TikTok algorithm, the Instagram algorithm. I'm going to go viral and I'm going to go get a lot of views and I'm going to make a lot of money. Okay, well, let's just use affiliate marketing. Let's say you have 100,000 followers. Let's say, I don't know, 1% of those followers buy something. 100,000 followers, 1%, that's 1,000 customers. Let's say you make $10 per customer. That's $10,000 a month. Congratulations. That sounds great. Okay. But the issue of that is still, if you don't market and promote, you're not selling. So I know a lot of my influencer friends, while they will sell things all the time, and there's nothing against that, I think we should all learn how to market and promote and expand influence. Still, let's use the flip side. Okay. So one side is a successful influencer that has an affiliate product. Here's the other side. Let's say the other side is someone that has a network marketing business. They have 1,000 followers on their Instagram. And let's say they have 1,000 people in their network marketing business, though, and they all have 1,000 followers there. Well, now you have the same amount of total followers, right? 1,000 times 1,000. Actually, no, that's more. 1,000 times 1,000 is 1,000,000 people reached. One influencer having 100,000 people reach versus you with 1,000 people all having 1,000 people reach, 1,000,000 versus 100,000, and everyone's able to get the same amount of customers. If you do that, the scale, the exponential growth, the power of that is so much better in a network marketing business. Leverage and scale are the name of the game. If you want to have freedom, if you want to have choice in your life, then it's not necessarily about how much can I continue to personally do every single day. You have to ask yourself the better question, which is, am I building a model where eventually I can become irrelevant? Do I have to be the person? My influencer friends, nothing against them. It's a whole lifestyle and I have much respect. But in the terms of choice and freedom, while it might look sexy and sound great, is really they're creating content all the time. They know that if they don't promote, they're not making money. Many times, by the way, too, in an affiliate situation, affiliates will sell a product once. Let's say I'm selling this water bottle for $100. Let's say you buy it once. Congratulations, I make $10. Well, if I don't continue to market and promote, I'm not going to keep on making $10. This could be a digital product that I'm selling. This could be anything. The issue that I see when it comes to choice of something like affiliate marketing is that if you don't promote, you don't make money. And that basically is buying yourself a job. Why is network marketing cool? Well, depending on your product or service, besides the ability to scale and to leverage, right now we're very blessed. We have, I don't know, tens of thousands of people in the organization all doing a little, and then everything adds up, right? And that builds up. But also, here's the biggest thing in network marketing that most other businesses will not be able to get you. Amazon won't get you this, eBay won't get you this, real estate won't get you this. Network marketing can, which is that depending on the product, if you find a product that's consumable, let's say you sell a vitamin, for example, like I sell these drops, right? So these drops are usable every single month. So if your customer loves the product, guess what? When they use it up, they buy it again. And guess what happens when they buy it again? Because in network marketing, when you get the customer or your team gets a customer, that customer is always linked back to that same person. You don't only just make the 10% or whatever it is up front, you also make a recurring monthly income as well. It's like the whole Benjamin Franklin adage of, do you want $100 a day or do you want a penny a day doubled every single day? The power of compounding is huge. Literally, I have customers that I got 14 years ago on vitamins, for example. And to this day, every month without fail, they've purchased. And let's just say that's $10 a month. Here's a word you might want to write down. It's called LTV, or lifetime value. Lifetime value. It's not about the upfront, how much money you make from a customer. It's about the lifetime value of a customer. How much are they spending over the course of their career with you, their life with you, and how much are you earning? Remember, we're still in this subset of choice. Freedom. If you're looking for freedom, if you're looking for choice, if you're looking for leverage, then these are things to really consider. I'll just use affiliate marketing as a flip side. You buy this from the influencer. Let's say the person, let's say you buy it again. But this time you're just associated directly with the company that makes this. The second time that they buy, that purchase does not go to the affiliate typically. That purchase will go straight to the company. So, as much as your reach is, as influential as you are, you're only going to make one time money typically, and that recurring income side is not there. And what does that mean? If your goal is freedom and choice, it's probably not as powerful. I hope this makes sense. Okay. So I'm just diving into why in 2025, if you were to choose an online business, I believe network marketing is the place to go. Feel free to contend this. Like, I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to be logical because we all got to go figure out life, right? We all got to figure these things out. Okay. Let's go into number two. Number one's already big enough, right? I don't know anything else as a scalability and the recurring income potential as a network marketing business done right. That should be in quotations or parentheses or bold, done right. I'll cover that in later conversations if it's interesting, but let's talk about that. Number two is legacy. Legacy. You see, I think one thing I'm a little frustrated by when it comes to social media these days, and I love social media. I love that it gives you essentially free marketing. I love that it allows you to find ideas faster. I love that it allows us to stay connected with people and find your tribe. You know, one thing that I don't really like about social media is I think there's a wrong perspective of how life works. Because what you'll find a lot when we talk about business online, especially on social media, it's what grabs attention, is really it's a money play. This is how, if you want to be rich and wealthy, this is how you make a lot of money. And I'm not against being rich. I'm not against wealthy. I think money is super important, right? God created money. I think it's important to empower good people with resources so they can do good things with that. However, the reality is this: money by itself does not buy happiness. Now, there's a joke, which is kind of true, which is it might not buy happiness, but it's certainly a good down payment, right? Ed Milet, he's worth over 400 million now, probably more. He also made his millions in network marketing, by the way, but mentored by Tony Robbins and has an amazing podcast. He says this: I've been happy rich and happy broke. Happy rich is better. I would agree with that as well too, right? Because if you're not trying to think about your next paycheck, you have more creative ingenuity, you can be more abundant minded, you can be more generous. Generosity brings a lot of joy. Okay. It's more blessed to give than it is to receive, 100%. However, the second thing that I think is also important to understand is if you're looking at in a business, it's not just about making the money, which of course it's important. How about the longevity of it? Specifically, let's talk about the legacy piece of this. What's a good life? Right? What's a good life? What defines success in life? Spiritually speaking, I believe when God meets you in heaven, he says, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You've done what you've done well in life. You've taken the gifts and talents you've had, and you've been able to give back to other people," right? Legacy is what impact you've left in other people after you've transitioned from this side of eternity. Think about your eulogy. Think about when you die. Think about at your funeral. What people will not be remembering you by is the millions of dollars you've earned, is the fancy home that you bought, is the titles and accolades that you've done. What they will remember is the investment you made in other people's lives and also what you've left for others. In the Bible, it says that a good man slash woman leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So the legacy play is super important. So let's talk about legacy impact. Why don't we go and begin with the end in mind? There's many ways to make money online, but how about the legacy of it? Well, it brings me back. I remember my first company was a company called Usana. Shout out to them. Great company, great products, much respect. And I remember going to the first international convention, thousands of people, and I was a 19-year broke college student. Didn't know my butt from my elbow about anything, life, business, anything. My mind was so limited. I was not thinking about any of these things. But I went to the convention. I remember something so telling. The top money earner of that company, Colette Larson. Shout out to the Larsons. I know them well. But Colette was a grandma. And the grandma, crazy story. Her children had all types of health issues, was a multi-millionaire though. But one thing she said is for each of her grandkids, she would start up a network marketing business in their name and she would build up their businesses for them. And by the time that they were 18, she would hand off this built up business that was making a nursing income and give it to them. Question: who here would love to be Colette's grandchildren? You know, that's an inheritance. And you know what's cool about this inheritance about a network marketing business is pretty much most of them are willable, are transferable, are sellable. So think a step further than just ourselves, but when you pass or when you're ready to retire or whatever that it is, can you hand off what you've built to other people? It's a legacy play. In our company now, the Herzogs are an amazing example. Freddie and Nikki, great friends of ours. Their father was a multi-million dollar earner in network marketing, built up the business, and unfortunately, he passed. Now, when he passed, he also passed on his multi-million dollar business to his children. And they are now taking that, running with that, really bringing his name like to another level. Like they're doing incredible things. But that is not just an inheritance. That is an actual recurring income of built up customers for decades that is still paying them every single month without fail. Now, if you were to get an inheritance, wouldn't you rather have a recurring income as an inheritance? Wouldn't you want something that continues to come and helps you throughout the rest of your life, just on a financial scale? So it's powerful. Like you cannot do that. Let's say you ran a successful affiliate marketing business. You might think I'm just picking on affiliates right now. I'm not. It's just what's coming to mind right now. It's right. eBay business, Amazon business, whatever that it is. If you took those and you gave that off, well, it doesn't run by itself typically, right? If you gave someone an affiliate business or an Amazon business, they'd have to know how to run that business typically, unless you hired it out and then you also hand it off to the staff, but someone has to run that staff, right? In network marketing, if you build it right, remember there's no employees for network marketing, meaning no headaches. There's pretty much no liability. But if you build it properly and you have this mountain of customers that are just loving the products and services, they're continuing to buy. Guess what? Your children and children's children get to continue to reap the benefits from what you had built up for legacy. How awesome would it be if your kids never had to worry about rising costs in life? How amazing would it be if your grandchildren didn't have to worry about a down payment for their house? How nice would it be if they could actually think about what they wanted to do in life, not just what they had to do just to make money? How awesome is that? Now, there's legacy, which is big. Here's a bigger piece of legacy, though. I think the bigger piece of legacy is in the lives that you change. What do we bring? Once you pass from this side of eternity, I think the legacy really is legends. You know how you know someone's a legend or not? I think about one of the greatest in network marketing is a woman named Jessie Lee Ward. If you knew Jessie Lee Ward, put Jessie Lee in the comments below. Jessie Lee Ward, had a chance to get to know her. I had the honor of actually interviewing her last podcast, and unfortunately, she passed away from cancer. It's a really sad situation. Um, Life happens. Fortunately, she knows Jesus. I know she's in heaven. Life is okay, right? However, during that time, I think she was 34, something like that. Yeah, Donna knows Jessie Lee. What's up, Donna? So she passed. However, to this day, like even just yesterday, it's been 2 to 3 years now since she passed. To this day, well, first, I'm still talking about her. I still see many of her colleagues and her friends and those that she's mentored still talk about her. I saw a picture yesterday about Jessie Lee still. That is legacy, my friend. True legacy is when you pass from this side of eternity, do people still remember you? Do they still remember the impact that you made? Do they still talk about you? And hopefully it's for a positive legacy, not a negative one, right? Not a Hitler legacy, but how about a Mother Teresa legacy? In network marketing, I believe, okay, I could be wrong. I don't know any Amazon sellers that people still talk about after they pass of how much they've transformed someone's life. Unless you've got mentored in the Amazon business space, perhaps in that niche. But in network marketing, because we're in a business of people where you have the ability to impact hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands and millions of people, you leave a part of you whenever you impact other people. I truly believe. So I'm debating, by the way, on launching a podcast called the Ultimate Upline Podcast. And the intention of the Ultimate Upline Podcast is I want to show people, after 16 years of network marketing, coaching many people, and a constant student myself of others that are succeeding, what it truly takes is scale a six-figure online business without striving. Systems and tools and skills and guests and tons of cool things, right? And be able to bring a unique take onto the space and add my piece to the puzzle. Right? If I were to do something like that, would that interest you, by the way? And if it would, let me know any comments or topics that you love me to talk about, or anyone you love to have on a podcast like that if I did have it. And I might think that I kind of like a longer form. I like that we can dive deeper. There's a lot of short form, there's a lot of cool things, but if you know me, I like to break things down. I like to really have conversations. I love to have true dialogue on different things, and maybe it'd be 30 minutes, 60 minutes, something like that. And that'd be kind of cool. So I like this breakdown. All right. And so with that, let's talk about these are the things that I talk about, right? So legacy. Legacy is, do people still talk about you once you pass? How do your kids remember you? How do your kids remember you? How does your family remember you? How does your society remember you? And I'd submit that in network marketing, I believe, and I'm a person of deep faith, but I believe that if Jesus picked a business to build now, he would do a network marketing business because it modeled the church the best. It's literally building people. That's what you do in true network marketing. In the podcast, my goal of it is, my message is, if you want to really build a sustainable six-figure plus business online, it's about becoming the leader. It's becoming the person that God designed you to be. Ultimately, that's what it comes, right? Success is attracted by the person you become, as Jim Rohn says. That's really what it's ultimately about. Meaning that if you become somebody that's aspirational, inspirational, motivational, you show people the way, you leave this indelible, unforgettable experience, an impartation into someone else's life, where even when you pass, they will still remember because you changed your life. This is a business of discipling people. This is a business of mentoring other people. This is a business of helping people help more people. And if you help more people get what they want, you can get everything that you want. So legacy is huge. So the second reason why I'd submit that network marketing is the best way to make $10,000 a month online in this year is because not only will you have more choice, options, freedom, but you'll also have legacy. Here's the final piece. And this is all from my good friend Dana Harper. He just dropped bombs and wisdom. I'm like, dang, I'm just jotting this down. Okay. The third reason why I believe a network marketing business is the business to be in is impact. Impact. If you were to do a poll right now, blind poll, okay, and you were to ask people, what do you prefer to have? If you had to choose one or the other, do you want income or impact? Income or impact? And I bet you 80% would actually say impact. Now, at first, I think most of us would gravitate towards income, because we think income will solve all the issues. Now, I am not opposed to income. I think income is super important. You need income to make impact, right? However, most of us are not strictly motivated by only money. If you think about, you might know Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Maslow was a psychologist that broke down this interesting pyramid. Yeah, one of those pyramid things. That was a pyramid thing, right? Everything's a pyramid. And it talked about what are people's needs. So, for example, you have basic survival needs, like food, clothing, shelter, stuff like that. Money is right around there. That's like subsistence, right? That's like survival. But above that are things like impact and love and community. Like these types of ideals are the things that make your soul fly. These are the things that we all crave and want. We all want to know that we made a difference. We all want to know that we left this earth better than where we found it. We deeply, deeply all crave that very same thing, that you mattered, that you didn't just live here and you were just they say between a year and a dash in a year. Like that's not all you were. Like, what'd you do in that dash while you were on here on this side of eternity? So, impact. Well, I'd submit to you that network marketing is the most tangible way to experience impact ever. Let's say you established a strong e-commerce business, you sold a lot of cool products and you sold millions around the world. You'll hear some testimonials, you'll hear some cool things. You know what I love about network marketing is because our main job is to share products and services with people, share our stories typically. We are direct to consumer, meaning that many times you will know the customer, you will be helping and servicing the customer, and you will know their testimonial. I was helping one of my friends right before this, Peter Ho. Peter Ho is somebody that had a tough time in his life. I know his story very well, and went through depression, and that took a toll on his body. He blew up to the most amount of weight that he'd ever been in his entire life. And he did not like himself at that point. He followed the programs that we have. And in 2 months, he's lost 43 pounds. He's not only just physically different, you can tell his confidence is back, his enthusiasm back, his gusto for life. And he's sharing me these story. And this is just every day I get story upon story upon story upon story of people that I know, people that I care about, people that I love. And to know that you played a little part in that. When they say, if it weren't for you, Gina, if it weren't for you, Eric, then I wouldn't be here. Can you put a dollar amount to that? I mean, that's the best, most addicting, most powerful feeling in the world, knowing that you made an impact in someone's life. I would submit there's no better profession in the world, no better business in the world where you will get that tangible impact than ever. I don't remember the last time an Amazon seller broke down in tears because they heard of a testimony that happened to their customer. Usually with those businesses, and nothing against it once again, but it's just numbers, right? Okay, this is how much it costs. This is how much I'm selling. Let's go get it out there. Yeah, numbers do matter, of course. But I believe to have joy, to have significance, to succeed without striving, you got to run for more than just the bottom line. You got to run because you know that you're at the end of the day, you're making an impact in other people's lives. If you do not connect impact with your success, I'd say that is failure, right? Money without any money without any significance to it doesn't matter. It's just a piece of paper, right? So on a customer side, also on a business front, one of my other partners, amazing leader, she just launched her business. Their team did $500,000 in sales their first month in business. Annika Bell. She said this so well. She's Australian, so she's got this cool accent. We think there's an accent, but we're really the ones with the accent, right? But she said this, and I was sitting down with her and just kind of getting to know her story. She said, the moment that I realized that I could help someone else make money and change your life that way, this business just got contagious. Because you not only have a way to be able to impact people's lives with amazing products and services, but you also have a way to be able to help bridge the gap and give someone else freedom. How powerful is that word? Now, freedom and prosperity and options mean different things for different people, right? It can mean millions of dollars. Usually it doesn't. It could mean just an extra $500 to pay down their bills so they can breathe. It can mean that mom that's been struggling to think about taking their kids on a vacation, now knowing that they can. It can mean freedom for others can mean that they were They didn't have friends anymore because they're now in adult life and they don't like the circles that they're in. And now they're in a community that is aspirational, inspirational, uplifting, empowering, and they feel free to be themselves. I mean, how much value, how much money does that cost to find a great community? Usually, network marketing, great communities. One of the execs in our company, Dr. Joshua Plant, says that this is a product with a community around it. Like, that's powerful. Community is big. We are meant to be communal creatures. God said it is not good for man to be alone. This is a huge value, right? So impact is massive. So when you have the opportunity to share, this is why I love network marketing, because you don't hire people. Every business in the world, you're going to have to find ways to delegate, automate, and scale. We'll talk about that perhaps in future podcasts, right? Um, if you were to do that in a traditional setting, let's say you're in real estate, you hire assistants, you hire salespeople, you have to hire a staff. But if you hire a staff, while it's great, and I love hiring people, great people, the reality is that if you hire someone as an employee, you gave them a job, but you did not give them freedom. You know what's great about network marketing? When you share the opportunity with someone else, you're not hiring them at all. You are partnering with them. In fact, you're giving them the very same exact opportunity and connection to choices that you do. It is the only business in the world where the people that you connect with can actually make more than you do. And my dog also agrees, right? If you hire someone, they can never make more than you. In fact, the only reason why you hire someone is because if you hire them as an owner, you make more money or you get more value than what it is you pay them. That's why in a network marketing business, you want your people to make more than you. You empower them with the same tools and systems and communities and opportunities that you have as well too. It is a no guilt thing that you can share the wealth literally, and it is an unlimited game where they all have the choice to. Does everyone do it? No. But that's the same in life, right? Does everyone have a gym membership, get buff in the gym? No. That's up to them. But what you can do is you can give them the opportunity to actually do it. And how freeing of an option. It's like you gave them a pass and a bridge to the other side. It's up to them if they want to take it or not. They now have in their hands an opportunity to basically write their own paycheck, write life on their own terms, be in an amazing community, do something that has choice, legacy, and impact. How beautiful. And when you have someone, I see my friend Donna here, amazing leader, amazing partner. You got to hear a story that comes to you. And she shared a testimony on our call the other day. She was, if you don't know her story, she's a grandma. I call her Glamma. But when she got partnered in this company, she was in a different place financially in her life. She was behind on her bills. She was considering, she was about to lose her home, about to get foreclosed on. Found this opportunity, followed the systems in place, worked it. And within half a year later, life was completely different. She not only was able to save her home, she's able to make double payments on the mortgage. She was able to bring a white Christmas for her kids and grandkids, paid cash. And her grandkids were able to come up to her and say, "Grandma, is this all for us?" It's just such a different thing. And when she shared that story and tears in her eyes and it broke down the teams as well, I mean, impact? You literally broke generational curses. You literally changed, when you change one life, it changes everyone else around them as well too. So, why is it that if you were to look to make an extra $10,000 a month in an online business, why would I choose network marketing today? Because choice, because of legacy, because of impact. I'd submit to you and I'd encourage any type of contention to that. Tell me another business opportunity that can do those three things better than a network marketing business, parentheses, done right, as it is for any business, right? Tell me anything better. And I was end this with a story. So when I was praying about things, and the reality is when you get skills, you can do many things, right? I was thinking, should I be a business coach? Should I go into another business? Should I continue to do this thing? And I meditated, and I didn't have the words at the time, but I was thinking along these lines. So thank you, Dana Harper, for these. But I had these, and I came to this understanding, and I said, wow, these are strong reasons why I need to do this. And I'm so grateful because fast forward a couple of years and life is so different. I am living and seeing other people live a life by choice. I'm able to wake up every single day now, and my commute is from my bedroom to my office downstairs, or usually actually I go straight to my baby's nursery. And I'm grateful that I'm able to be a stay at home my dad, and my wife Becky's able to be a stay at home mom. Choices for us is being with our baby boy, being there as he's learning to crawl, being there, not missing any moments, and having that flexibility. We've taken him around the world. He's traveled to more places than I did by the time I was 18, and he's only 9 months old. To be able to have legacy, to know that I'm able to build something that will pass on to him and our other future children later on. To know that already we're leaving an impartation of lives in other people, and then an impact. I mean, just hearing the multiple stories I shared today, that's what fuels me on a bad day, those types of stories. So I wonder, would you agree? These 3 points: choice, legacy, impact, would you agree? And if you do, if you're in network marketing, double down, go all in. If you are considering an online business and this is like, oh, that was interesting, I'd encourage you, reach out to anybody that you know that's in a good network marketing company. I'll cover in later ones if you like this type of topic. I love to cover many of the topics, but today was kind of an introduction of this. So let me know your thoughts below. Share this with anybody. My goal is to make this generic. Maybe this will be the first one to the Ultimate Upline podcast. Maybe not. Let me know in the comments below if this is helpful at all. But let me give you a little taste of what I might like to cover. These are some ideas of things I'd love to cover. Let me know if any of them resonate. I'd love to actually talk about how to actually pick the right network marketing company. I'd love to talk about skills, 6-figure, 7-figure skills that everyone needs to have. I'd love to talk about why people get stuck in their network marketing business and ways to break out. I'd love to talk about how to actually duplicate, automate. I'd love to talk about social media skills of 2025, today's day and age. I'd love to talk about new school network marketing and old school network marketing. I'd love to talk about ways in leadership, how to actually overcome challenges and issues in your downline in your organization. I'd love to talk about how to actually be a stage speaker, how to be in convention closed stages. I'd love to talk about how to actually be really good and influential within your company and establish the right relationships. There's a lot of things I'd love to talk about, but I don't know. If it's interesting, then maybe I'll continue. If not, let me know too. And there's a lot of things that I can cover as well too. I know. But with that said, done for today. Appreciate you for jumping on.